I'm 37 years old. Back when I was around the age of 20, I didn't make good choices. One of those decisions was getting a divorce, and that was a really tough decision. Most people think it's related to legal problems, but my focus was because of my daughter. I didn't want to lose the connection with her. When mother and father get divorced, you have to decide who's going to get the daughter, and I didn't feel like I was a good father. When my daughter was young, there was a lot of accidents that happened. She would always fall off her bed, and it was always when she was with me. For work, I traveled a lot. I would always try and make a connection with my daughter, but it wasn't working. For example, I bought a puppet. His name was Sanchez. I know she enjoyed watching a TV show called Sesame Street. But my daughter was really terrified of the puppet. Another time I tried to teach my daughter that fire was dangerous. And I was making tea, and I was heating up the water, and I told her, "Don't touch. It's gonna burn you." And right away she went and touched it, and she burned herself. So when my daughter was 18 months, she was choking, and we brought her to the hospital, and she was crying, and it really scared me. I didn't know what to do. So I gave up, and I kind of backed off from my daughter. When my ex-wife wanted to move to Arizona, I was okay with that. I just gave up. I said, fine. My friends were supportive, but they couldn't give me advice. They had different experiences. I felt like all the families around me were happy. They had a nice house. They had the children all together. It was like back in the 50s. Everyone had a happy life. I had two groups of friends, my married friends and my single friends. My married friends all thought that it was great that I was single, and my single friends noticed that I was divorced and they didn't want to be like me, so they thought that it was best to stay single. Anyway, my ex-wife, when I went to go see my daughter, we would meet in a desert. So me and her would meet, but we weren't talking. One day, my daughter called me and she was crying. She said there was going to be a huge wave coming and that I need to get out of California. I told her no, we were going to be fine. The wave's not going to come all the way over here. But my daughter was still upset and crying, so I was thinking of how to make her feel better. So we talked about her piano class, her brother. And she also told me that she still had that puppet from years ago. So me and my daughter decided that every Sunday at 12 o'clock we would set up a conversation. And she could ask me any conversation. It doesn't matter what it is. So first she asked me my favorite movie, my favorite book, things like that. And now my daughter is 13 years old. And I could still pick her up. And I'm still teaching her life skills.